The Australian Open begins in a few days, and if the defending champion Novak Djokovic wins the singles title, he'll have the most men's singles Grand Slam titles. I mean, only if he gets to compete, because he's embroiled in a major controversy which also involves something that has taken over our lives. Yes, COVID.
I feel like, that should be always a personal decision, whether you want to get vaccinated or not. So I'm supportive of that.
So what is the entire story which is being called the Djokovic saga? On 4th January, Novak Djokovic declares he's flying to Australia to defend his Australian Open title. Now, what's unusual about that, you ask? The thing is, he's not vaccinated and he could only travel to Australia on the basis of an exemption. Australia has pretty strict COVID restrictions. And on top of that, Melbourne, the city hosting the Australian Open, has had to endure 6 lockdowns in the last 2 years. This tweet is obviously followed by an outcry. Politicians, including the Australian Prime Minister, intervened. He said that Djokovic would have to prove on arrival why he deserves an exemption from the vaccination, or he will be on the next plane home.
If that evidence is insufficient, then he won't be treated any different to anyone else, and he'll be on the next plane home.
Djokovic lands in Melbourne, he's detained, his visa is cancelled, and he's held in a hotel. Of course, there are reactions from the Serbian president to Djokovic's fans and his own parents. His dad even goes on to compare him to Jesus and labels the entire scenario as Djokovic being crucified.
Isusa su razapinjali na krst I svašta mu radili. On je izdržao I dalje je živ među nama.
Well, he then filed a court appeal, and a few days later the court ruled in Djokovic's favor. The ground on which he was given an exemption was that he was tested COVID positive on December 16th. Now let's go back even earlier to understand the sequence of events. Djokovic had attended a basketball game on 14 December, after which it was reported that some people from that event tested positive with COVID. He claims to have taken a rapid antigen test on 16 December, which was negative, and then he also took an official PCR test. The problem is, in the meantime, he attended an event where a stamp in his honor is unveiled, and the next day he goes to another event which also had children in it, and he was seen without a mask during both the events. Djokovic said he didn't know whether he had corona back then, but was awaiting test results and got to know of his positive test result later on the 17th of December. For a public figure who had been to an event where people had tested COVID positive, did it make sense for him to go to more events after having that knowledge? Now, even if he did get the knowledge of his own diagnosis during the later part of 17 December, he did go for an interview and a photo shoot the very next day. Even there, he removed his mask when his photograph was taken. He says that it was a long-standing commitment and he didn't want to let the journalist down. And he now accepts that it was an error of judgment. Now, he was detained, his visa was cancelled, he filed an appeal which was later ruled in his favour. But even then, there was a sword hanging over his head, and I'll tell you why. In the immigration form, he stated that he didn't travel internationally in the 14 days before his travel to Australia from Spain via Dubai. But there's a report of him being spotted playing tennis on 25th December in Serbia, which is of course less than 14 days from his flight. Djokovic has since mentioned that it was someone from his support team who incorrectly ticked the wrong box in the form. Now, if you look at this entire saga, it gives us a very unpleasant picture. Here's the world's number one player in men's single who is supposed to be looked up to and is followed by millions across the globe. But he feels it's okay to not get vaccinated even for the sake of others.
That should be always a personal decision, whether you want to get vaccinated or not. So I'm supportive of that.
On top of that, he doesn't take precautions and feels it's okay to move around without a mask even if he had previously been to an event where people have tested positive. Even weirder is the fact that he goes to a photo shoot and interview despite knowing he has COVID. What does that tell you about his concern for others? Wait, there's also this theory by a magazine which analyzed the digital version of his test and questions whether the positive test date might actually be 26th December and not 16th, which if true makes this entire thing look even messier as the possibility of manipulation of test results is being examined. They did however say that the timestamp may also indicate when the test was downloaded from the servers. Also, for some time the QR scan said it was negative, but later it said that the result is positive. From not getting vaccinated to attending events when he was awaiting results to doing an interview and photoshoot after being diagnosed with COVID, one can safely say he has made many errors of judgment, not just one. Add to that the supposed error in his immigration form. Even if you go on to win a record 10th Australian Open, is this the kind of winner you want to be? when you threaten the health and safety of others? What does it tell you about Novak Djokovic the person? Australia has once again cancelled his visa on health and good order grounds at the time of recording this, and there's a chance he might be banned from entering Australia for 3 years. But whether that happens or not, this entire saga has highlighted Djokovic's disregard for others, and that doesn't look like a quality of a champion.